All right, we are going to try this take two. Thank you, Facebook. We are going to be talking tonight about deities, to switch or not to switch. And we're going to emphasize on signs that you have been chosen by Santa Muerte. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. When you join tonight's live video, please comment your name down below, where you're joining from. And we're going to do, so we're going to do a live video. This will be a Q&A. My girl, Mystic Meek, is going to be joining us live. I would like to ask everybody to hold your questions towards the end. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to. Here you go. Hi.
Hi!
Yes.
I made it!
I'm so happy you're here to join us. So
Me
happy.
too.
Way, I love that color on you.
Thank you. You look so pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. So basically, everybody, we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Santa Muerte and about your spiritual path and your spiritual journey. As you know, this is a journey and it begins to change as you grow spiritually. And sometimes the deities, spirit guides that you work with will change also. We're going to talk about very specifically the signs that you've been chosen to work with her. We are going to clear up some common misconceptions. Share both of our experience, how she came to us. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about why I am now on this path with her. And then we'll kind of just go from there. So again, thank you everybody for joining. Please share this on your page. If somebody would be so kind to share this in Let's Talk Magic or any of your other Facebook groups, simply because I can't do it while I'm recording. Forgive me while I deal with my tripod.
I will do it too, Jasmine. I have my laptop right here, so I'll be kind of tagging people too as we kind of get it started.
All right. So, first and foremost, this is my friend Mystic Meek, and she and we've known each other for several years, and we've been brought back together as spiritual sisters on a very interesting journey that, for me, took place about, I think about 8 weeks ago now, and I've had a shift. And not necessarily a shift in my journey, but a shift in the deity that I work with, my spirit guides. A lot of things has changed as I've continued to grow and evolve. And it was interesting that she and I both had this, we'll say, shift at the exact same time and sort of just fell into each other, which is such a beautiful thing. And for a lot of you, I know a lot of you are on your journey. A lot of you are trying to figure out what resonates with you, what spiritual path you should be on, who you should work with. There's been a lot of questions about Santa Muerte, and if that is someone you should work with, and we're going to give you some very clear information to help figure that out.
Can you see, Mama?
I want to say first a little bit about how you came to her and some of the signs that you received, because I clearly missed the mark for a long time until recently.
So how she came to me. She actually came to me in the most peculiar way. My grandmother, many years ago, before she passed, gave me an owl. I didn't know why she gave me an owl. I said, thanks. Later on, a friend of mine who I had lost contact with came back in contact with me, and he had a huge sugar skull on his shoulder. And I was like, that's interesting. And then I found a book, and I bought a journal, and it just had her face on everything. And I was like, let me go and research what this means. And those who don't know me, I used to dream of death when I was a child, 8, 9 years old, and just thought it was like something I would grow out of, but I never did. So it's actually kind of came when and then I had a situation where I felt lost, and someone was trying to force a practice on me, and it just didn't fit. And I believe that she came to say, hey, you know, when I'm ready for you, I'll choose you. And then she did.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I realized things are still kind of downloading. I was sharing some things
they are.
Today while we were preparing for tonight's video, but I realized that she's been coming to me for a very long time, for a few years now, and I didn't know. I didn't realize it. A lot of you that have been following me for the past 5 or 6 years on social media, you know that I've worked with various deities. I've worked with my ancestors. I used to work with Oshun a lot. And at some point in my life, that just started to shift and that energy started to leave me. I was a devotee to Oshun for 5.5, almost 6 years, and I feel like I got to a place where she did so much for me. She brought me so many blessings. She changed my life. It was a beautiful energy to work with, but at some point I just started to feel there wasn't really a connection anymore. It just didn't feel so familiar. I couldn't feel her loving energy. And a good friend of mine one day said to me, well, maybe she's given you all that she's able to do. Maybe you're, you know, growing or evolving, or vice versa. Maybe, you know, it's just not what you're connected to anymore. So I decided to lovingly and respectfully take Oshun's altar down. And I felt a little lost because it was like, this is what I've known for such a long time, or that, or having my ancestor altar. You know, I believe in working with just pure elements. I mean, magic does come from within, but where do I go now? I've worked with deities and spirit guides for so many years. I kind of felt a little alone. Fast forward, this was about 6 weeks ago. I was taking a nap, we're going to say, because I was kind of in that sleep, not sleep, you know, that where you're astral projecting. Yes. And I'll never forget it. It was so clear. I saw an image of a female figure that represented, like, it looked like death, like a skeleton face. She had her hair, she actually had hair up, and then she had a white scarf wrapped around. It had a beautiful long lace dress that looked like a wedding dress. And in my dream, I was standing in my bedroom, and she walked to my bedroom door, and she stopped, and she looked at me and smiled. And initially it frightened me because I was like, what is this? You know, and that night I happened to be doing spiritual work as well. So I was like, okay, subconsciously, consciously, unconsciously, like, what did I conjure up? What's in my home? And I tried to speak to it and tell it to leave, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. And she smiled, and then she walked in the direction of my bathroom and just disappeared. I woke up, and again, this was very jarring because I've seen ghosts before, I've had paranormal experiences, but this was very different. And I called Meek and I told her, I was like, oh my God, you know, whatever. I think there was a demon in my house. It's literally what I said to her.
Oh
you know,
my God.
Sage in one hand, Palo Santo in the other, black salt, like I'm gonna banish whatever the hell is in here.
Absolutely.
And she said to me, she actually was interesting. I didn't tell her what I saw. She said, I think you said, was it wearing a white dress? And I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, that was Santa Muerte. Just as calm, just like, oh, that's the homegirl. And I was like, what? And I remember I said, how did you know? And she was like, I closed my eyes and I asked Spirit to show me. And from there, I kind of a light bulb came on, and I wanted to, when she said it, it made sense. It was like, this makes perfect sense. It just felt right. Like something, it hit me in the core of my soul. And so that's kind of where my journey started. But as I look back, I realized that she's been coming to me in dreams in the way of owls. I dreamt of an owl landing on my head. I actually went and saw an owl recently. She's been coming to me in the way of sugar skulls. There's been lots of different signs over the years, really in the past, I want to say about 2.5 years, that I didn't realize until recently. So that was my experience, and I feel so at home right now. Had you asked me 6 months ago or said, you're going to be working with Holy Death,
yes,
I would have been like, no.
No way. Right. No, not.
It's not. But I had, and this is why I thought it was important to do this video, I had such a misconception of who she was, what she represented. I thought like, oh, that's lower vibrational. That's energy that I don't want to align myself with, right? And could I have not been more misinformed and just so wrong? So that was the purpose of tonight's video. I guess we're going to get into, where do you want to start? We'll kind of just get into some of her misconceptions and then some of the facts. So you can go first.
That'd be great. Some of the misconceptions. Okay, if you see me looking down, guys, I have a little notes with so much information, and I'm so excited to talk about her. She's so wonderful to me, and I'm overwhelmed with joy. So, a couple misconceptions about her is that she's satanic. Santa Muerte, Santissima Muerte, Holy Death, Skinny Bone Lady, my white sister, my mother, all those beautiful names she has, she is not satanic. She is the most gentle, giving, loving energy I've worked with thus far, and I've worked with plenty of them. She's very inviting. She's very warm, right? Another one is, she takes your soul. Just because she's holy death, key word is holy death. She does not take your soul. She actually helps those who pass on find their way, right? And cross over. So they're not alone or left alone. She won't take your soul of your loved ones. She's not a taker. She's actually a giver. And that's a huge misconception. She comes around, your soul, your soul. No. She's like, how can I help you? What can I do for you, right?
Or that
and you can talk about another one. Go ahead.
She takes the souls of others. You know, she'll punish you. Which is she will not punish you. That is not her intention whatsoever. No. That she doesn't like other spirits. She's not okay with working with you if you have other deities or spirits in your house. That is very incorrect. Now, there are certain energies that you should not mix together. There are certain energies that maybe you shouldn't have in the house at all. It's like you got to pick one or the other. But for the most part, I have an altar set up to Ganesh, and I have not had an issue. I feel like her and Ganesh actually work pretty well hand in hand. Granted, they are in separate spaces. Right. They both respectfully have their own spaces in my home, but there's been nothing but abundance together since they've both been here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can attest to that. I have Ganesh in my home also. He is my ride or die. He's also tattooed on my back, so I really love him. And I brought mom in. I call her mom. I brought mama in, and he's like, who's the hot, sexy lady? You know, and remember, he's Hinduism, and she's a folklore Mexican saint. So they have nothing to do with each other. However, they're just such gentle souls. They're like, well, hey, if you're here to help her and she's our daughter, let's help her together. So I have no issue with them. And they're in the same room, just in different spaces as well.
Right. I think another misconception is that she's difficult to work with, which couldn't be further from the truth. Could not be further from the truth. I feel like she's very easy to work with. She's very humble. Well, I'll say that she's humble yet particular, and we're going to go into that in a minute also. However, she has shown up and showed out immediately. And I think that goes back to being chosen by her. We were chosen, but we were chosen. We'll get into that also.
We will. Another one is she's Catholic. She's not. She does not come from Catholicism. She is a folklore. Those who believe in hoodoo and pass down from generation to generation. She's a folklore saint. There's no Bible for her. There's some books. We'll get into some books later. But she's a folklore. She doesn't have. There's no religion. There's no strict guidelines as far as religion is concerned. She's a folklore from family to family to family generations. I love your cup.
Thank you. Really? I wonder why. So she sent me this, my witch's brew as a gift. Thank you. I love it. I love it. And I am not drinking coffee, in case anybody wonders.
We are not drinking coffee. The libations are flowing. Yes.
I like to drink with Mama. We call her Mama. I have multiple mamas, so we like to have a little drink with her. So some of the facts, I think, one, like we said, she's not punishing, she's actually life-changing. And from what I have learned with life-changing is those changes can be uncomfortable. She will put you in a place or a situation in order for you to have what you want, you may have to let go someone. Absolutely. You never know, you know what I mean? So she's only going to give you what's for your highest good, even if it's uncomfortable.
That part.
What do you say about that? What do you feel some of her facts are?
Oh gosh, some of her facts. She's a great listener. Oh my gosh, I'm a big talker when it comes to dealing with spirit, and she just listens to me all day. I can never out-talk her. Well, a really good one is that she is a commitment. She is not one of those deities that you can just come in and just no, when she calls upon you to be her devotee, it's something she sees in you. She sees your stability. She sees your love for the past, and she is definitely, you guys, dedication. When we teach about staying consistent with her, she will make you stay consistent. Absolutely,
she will. I think if you think about it, you know, it's like she's a divine feminine energy, right? So just like a woman, if you're going to involve yourself with a woman, you're going to commit to a certain extent. Absolutely. I always tell people, when you bring deities into your life, into your home, it's almost like, this is probably a bad analogy, but just bear with me. You would adopt a dog or a cat and not feed it, love it, take care of it. You might bring an animal into your home, you're adopting, that's your forever, that's your family, right? The same thing with her, she's family. And I, you know, want to strongly emphasize on whether she chooses you or you choose to work with her, this is a lifelong commitment. And that's something that I did learn and research when she first came to me, and I made the decision. She called out to me. I didn't have to move forward, but I made a decision. I am a devotee to her forever.
Yes.
You know, forever. Unless she drops me off, and she doesn't drop people off, then it is what it is.
It is.
I think she's very protective.
Yes.
She's very gentle. She's an investment.
Woo!
She is. Do you want to share a little bit about that? She is an investment.
Wow. So, investment. Mama likes what she likes, and she wants what she likes. There is no short stopping when it comes to her. There is no shortness of, I'm gonna do this and not do that. No, you invest in her. And I say this because when you invest in her from your heart and you show her you love her, there is nothing mama will not do for you. Trust me, I have had overnight, not 24-hour, overnight manifestation. So when you invest in her, it's like reciprocity, right? You give to her, you pour into her, she pours right back into you. And she costs a little coin. Yo, she's not, okay. Listen, she's not for the cheap.
It's true. But I will say, she will, at least from my experience, she will always give you what you need so that you can give her what she needs so that she can help you. Absolutely. So in my experience, anything that I have invested in, statues, flowers, candles, offerings, it's always come right back to me.
Diamonds, pearls.
Yeah, literally. It has always come back. And the one thing about her, she is very humble. So if you don't have it, she will humbly accept whatever you're able to give her. But don't sit up and act like, you just got your stimulus check. She can see that you about to go buy some weed and pussy powder and new Jordans. Ooh. And then you come in the house with some cheese crackers. Don't do her like that, y'all.
Don't do her like that. Please don't. please don't.
Give it to her. You know, I gave her a taco last night. So you give her what you're able to give, and she
has pizza tonight.
She has pizza tonight.
She has pizza tonight. She has sangria tonight. She has chocolate cake. I mean, she got some stuff going on over here.
Yes. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Was there anything? I mean, that's really some facts. I think also her offerings. There are very specific offerings.
They are.
Do we want to talk about the colors?
Yes, they'll go to the offering. They'll make some of what offer goes to which niña. Yeah.
Okay, so she comes in. So Santa Muerte is kind of a blanketed term for her many aspects, and each color of her holds a different spiritual power, a different area of your life, and a different representation. So white is for purity. I haven't memorized, I don't know if you probably know better than I do. I haven't looked at the order of the colors quite yet.
Right.
But white, green.
It's Blanca. It's Blanca, it's white. It is Violeta, so it's purple.
Right.
Then it's Azul, so it's blue. Then it's Verde, it's green. And then Roja. And the gold, I don't remember her name. But the last one, honey, is Negra. I just
Yes.
love her so much.
She's powerful. So the white one represents purity
Purity and protection.
and protection. But like Mika and I, when we kind of vibe out her energy, it's more of that pure protection.
Absolutely. Angelic.
Angelic, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll get to Negra in a second because she's a bad mama jamma.
Shut your mouth now. I love her. I'm sorry. I love her.
I have Roja, Negra, Violetta, and my gold mama. Those are the ones that came to me and the ones that I feel like I need in my life. Right. Azul is for healing relationships, healing the body, healing the mind,
mending friendships, all that.
Violetta is
the witch's Nina.
Yes, she's the witch's mama.
Yes,
so
she is.
If you're a practitioner of magic, she is, and you go to all of them, but I feel like she's like making your manifestation. She is infusing her power with you. She's breathing. She's hearing your petition. She is like, all right, baby, what you need?
What you need. Right.
So I feel, and this could be wrong, but I personally feel like she gives favors to those who are dedicated to the path. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. I agree.
I'm not coming to her because I just want to manifest this. Like, no, I've been a witch. This is my lifestyle. I'm a witch 24/7, you know? Right. So I feel like she does give favor to those that this is like, okay, this is who you are.
Absolutely. I love it. I'm a piggyback. So I have about 5 mamas out of the 7. I have a clear mama. And clear mama is kind of like an all-purpose mama. Because when I first began, remember, you can work with her for different purposes. So I didn't know where to go. And this lovely lady here, my sister Jasmine, went to Tijuana, Mexico, and got me my mama and brought her back cross borders, honey. So I knew at that point in time, I knew then she was meant for me. On the way, I have Violetta coming, who's purple. She's on her way. Negra is on her way. She's black. Azul is on her way. She's blue. And then I have a yellow one. She's on her way. Her name is kind of yellow gold. And I feel like the first one to come to me would have been Negra, actually. I didn't even know she was coming to me. Since I've been on a journey learning about mama, I've been telling Jasmine, I want a black one. I want a black one. I didn't know why I wanted a black one. And now I know why. She was telling me, hey, you know, get me. And being a practitioner of magic, we go for the one that's the third eye, right? The purple one, right? Or the white for protection. But mama the whole time was like, hey, girl, I'm over here. So those are my top 5 thus far.
Yes. I want to emphasize on Negra a little bit just because she became so prominent in the past 24 hours in my life. She is hardcore, not just protection, but she is like, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for my children.
That's it.
She's mama bear. You know, she is not, I'll rephrase that. Only go to her with serious situations. So this isn't who you petition because you got this little rink-a-dink. I mean, you go to her when you have a serious situation, have somebody's coming for you. And I'm a firm believer, and she knows I try to stay neutral. I'm not really the left-handed path, but I'm not all love and light and foo-foo. Like, if somebody comes for you, you fucking slay them, right?
Absolutely. Defensive. Absolutely.
I feel like there are exceptions, and I try, at least for me, to utilize other areas of magic before I just throw you in the goddamn cemetery. Mama Negra, you go to her when enough is enough.
Yes.
I can't handle it anymore. I'm giving this over to you.
Absolutely.
Do as thy will, and let the chips fall where they may. So she's very powerful and not to be played with and not to be petitioned for frivolousness.
Hey, Jasmine, we got a couple questions. So make sure we it's one lady, Monica, asked about what about those who use her for bed. Hi, Monica. Thank you for tuning in with us. Hey, go ahead. So you want to answer that question? I'm left-handed path more than Jasmine, so I think Jasmine would be better to ease into that question.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with using her for banishing, but I think you need to be cautious. If you're going to use Negra, you need to be very, very clear and specific what that means by banishing, because remember, she is holy death. We all have to cross her. And when you say, yeah, I'm gonna banish you to holy death, she gonna come for him. You know what I mean? Not saying the other ones won't, but be careful what you're asking for. Do you want that particular situation on your hands? Mika, what do you think?
I think that Monica, your question, those who use her for bad, and it's kind of what Jasmine's saying about be careful. What I would say is this: from my experience thus far, and my reading, we're going to readings thus far. Mama will give you what you need, not what you want.
Yes.
So using her for bad, I think that ultimately any deity can be used for your intentions. You don't use her for bad. You just petition her for what you want with the intent. So it's not using her. It's what you really already have in your subconscious. That makes sense. Now, you petition her for something that's not so much as a right hand or a white light, then be prepared in the event if it goes your way but don't go your way kind of thing. Because remember, she's holy death. Remember, she's a gentle spirit, and remember, she gives you what you need. So for example, let's take people in the cartel. We'll put it out there. It's really known that people who are in the cartel, Mexican cartel, use her for protection. That's Negra, do as thy will. That's a different Nina. That's a different part of her pantheon. So every Nina has a different purpose. So if you're gonna go to her for something that's bad, quote unquote, I wouldn't go to Blanca. I wouldn't go to the white one because that's not her vortex, so to speak. Does that help you out at all, Monica?
That makes perfect sense. And any deity can be petitioned for bad things, but with Santa Muerte specifically, you're gonna get charged for what you're asking. Woo! Okay, you will get charged. And it doesn't, and not just necessarily that, if you're asking for love, if you're asking her to go reconcile your relationship, if you're asking her to give you money or give you a job, you have to keep the scales balanced regardless of who you work with. There is what you put out will come back. There needs to be a give and take. This is one of the reasons why it's so important to give offerings. You don't give offerings, and this is a big one. You don't barter with any deity. You don't make no promises. If you do this, I'll do this. No, you give offerings as gratitude for them even showing up to listen to you. You give offerings in advance, and you give offerings after you get what you want, because you don't want that spiritual debt. You don't want that spiritual karma. This is how people, I'm going to go a little off topic for a second. This is how mofos have generational curses. Because somebody in your bloodline is fucked up. They've been petitioning spirits. You got magic in your blood. We all have magic in our bloodline because witchcraft was the first religion. And somebody did this, somebody did it, somebody, and it tricked down 200-300 years later, and you got shit in your lineage because somebody then went out and bartered with a spirit. Don't do that to yourself.
Don't do that.
Don't do that to your offsprings. Don't do that to the kids that are going to be born through your bloodline 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Okay, I'm done. I'm off my tangent.
Off our soapbox. Can she help with court cases? Yeah, let me be your. I haven't used it for court. I haven't used it for any court cases.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
From what I've learned
one, right?
is it's interesting because her court case candles are blue. Her Nina is verde, green. So she absolutely can be petitioned for court cases. You have to do your research. I haven't used her for that, so I can't give you a ritual or a spell. Because Santa Muerte, because she's so particular, she has her own oil, her own Florida water, her own prayers,
her own candles,
her own
book,
her own incense,
her own cards,
her own everything. I would not go into working with her with the particular, like, let's say we all know how to dress a court case candle, right? There's specific herbs that we know are for court cases. Not when you're dealing with her. She has her own specific things that she likes, that she identifies with, that moves for you. So you absolutely can work with her. But remember, this is what we're trying to get you guys to understand. You don't just go to her to ask her for something. You can, but you might not get it. If you're going to work with her, you are dedicating yourself as her being a part of your life. She is not a gas station where you pull up and get what you want and you leave.
No.
So if you're going to go to her for a court case, then you go to her as, I am presenting myself as your devotee, as your child, and this is a situation that I have at hand, and please help me. And you do your research and figure out which oils and herbs go in her court case candle, and then you do your work. So I hope that answered that question and kind of made that clear for everybody.
Okay, it's something that Nashe Ben posted. I'm gonna talk on that. You said you bought her a statue, have not taken her out the box yet, not ready to work with her. Okay, do you think she feels disrespected? Nashe, honey, mama does not like being in the dark. Take her out that box. I'm not saying work with her. Take her out the box, dust her off, put her somewhere on a shelf, give her a little electric tea light or like little light bulb or a lamp or something like that. Because disrespected, I would say not yet, but maybe offended, her feelings could be hurt. Absolutely. And if you bought her, Nashe, and you're not ready, do you know why you're not ready to work with her yet? If you have a particular reason you might like to share. Is it a fear? Is it just uncomfortable? Are you a closet witch? Are we all once were at one point in time?
Yes.
If you feel like sharing that, it would be great.
Thank you, though. That was a good question. That's actually an excellent question. When I got Roja, I haven't actually, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I have petitioned Roja, but not since I got her statue. But her sisters. I washed her off and loved her up and stuck her with her sisters and gave her a candle. And now she's here. I may petition her, I may not. I may not need to, but at least she's able to breathe. Remember, even though these are statues, these are representations of that living energy.
Absolutely.
When you bring a statue into your home that represents a deity, a god, or a goddess, that energy is attached to them. So you're bringing them into your house. So, I wouldn't want to just be sitting in a box. And if she came to you, I understand you may not be ready to work with her, but she came to you because she wants to help you. So it's time. Let her help you.
It's time. Monica. Oh, so you say people have used her against you. Let me clear something up, Monica. Your comment says she knocked on my door many times because I've had a few use her against me, so I would be scared to work with her. That's why I asked. Great question to ask. Listen, Monica, there was someone in particular who thought she was a demon coming to their dream. All she was coming to say was hi. So she may have knocked on your door. They may have been trying to use her to harm you, and she may have come to you to warn you they were trying to use her. So kind of, if I were you, I would go sit in meditation. When I would ask, I would say, Holy Death, whatever you want to call her. I say Mama, but I built their relationship with her. I would say, Holy Death, you came to me this way, this time. Please reveal your intentions. And then be still, and I promise you, she'll tell you.
And she's gentle. And I just want to say, because this is what you said to me, if she wanted to hurt you, she would have.
She would have.
She could have, and she would have. This is holy death. We are all going to meet her at some time. When I had her experience in my house and I was on the phone with her, running around with Palo Santo in my hand like a crazy.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yes, she was literally like, put it out. Yeah. And it's like, if she wanted to take me out of here, I was asleep. That is the most vulnerable time where your soul can cross over. I was already out of my body. She could have took me. She didn't. So I agree. She came as a warning, or she came as your protector.
Absolutely.
Like, no, these people are coming for you. I'm trying to help you. You might want to come talk to me.
Right.
So that's all I'm going to say on that.
And remember something too, and we're going to get to our list. Remember something too, everybody. People petition to harm you, but it has to be within universal balance. I can hate someone's gut. If it's not justifiable, it can be blocked and it can be stopped. So remember that as well. Okay, we're caught up on questions now. We're all good to go.
Okay, things not to do with her, to her. The things that I've heard are absolutely crazy, and I'm like, huh? I think the biggest one, you cannot punish her.
Please.
I know that might sound weird. I have heard about people punishing her for not granting their wishes. They will face her to the wall. They'll
Take her
stick her in the
scythe.
closet. They'll take her scythe.
This is her scythe. If you guys don't know what that is.
How are you going to punish holy death? Like, how you going to punish your own demise? You going to be the one getting punished.
Here, mama. Here, mama. I'm sorry.
As
Here.
gentle and loving as she is not to be. Would you really, you don't play? How you going to punish the inevitable, right? That is when you go to sleep. Someone told me years ago, and it made so much sense. When you go to sleep at night, your spirit astral travels, right? We all know that. There is an etheric cord that connects us to our physical body.
Right.
If any of you have experienced ayahuasca, psilocybin mushrooms, or bufo alvarius, you will all know. You will all know what this means.
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit guides, your angels, your deities, and those you work with petition on your behalf every night to let you back inside your body, because you're already out. You don't have to come back. That's why a lot of people pass away in their sleep.
Right.
So how do you think you're going to punish holy death when she's all around us all the time? She accompanying people out of this world. You know how many people are passing every minute? People have died since we've been sitting here talking. You can't punish her. You'd be a damn fool. I'm just saying.
That was deep. Don't punish mama. Don't do it. How you gonna spank your own mama? Think of it that way.
Right. And if I knew somebody worked with holy death, you may not know what a person's spiritual path is, but if I know somebody is working with holy death, I'm not gonna come for them. I'm gonna stay my ass in my lane. It's gonna be all the way over here, away from them. Things not to do. Do you have a few you want to share?
My biggest one, truly, is not putting her in darkness. That's really a big deal for me. Jasmine, I'm in Texas, and in Dallas, Texas, and there are some things I don't have access to pertaining to mama. So Jasmine will get them for me, and she'll mail them to me from California. And me and her, we cringe every moment that mama's in a box. We cringe every moment that mama's bracelets in a box or her. It's just like, get her here. I can open her up. I can dust her off. I cannot stress enough how important it is. It's so critical, you guys, that I have a light. This little purple thing you see is a light. I never turn it off, ever. If her candles go out and I'm somewhere, or I have to snuff them out when I leave my house, she will not be in darkness. It can be broad daylight. Mama will have a light for her. Mm-hmm. It's not and the reason for that is because the folklore says, right? The folklore says that her punishment through the Catholic Church was to banish her to darkness. They wanted. So there's so many saints you get in Catholicism, they have to be justified and cleared through the Vatican. This is part of our studies. Me and Jasmine, we've read and studied about, and she wasn't welcome because of holy death. You can only have so many death saints or so many saints with the same criteria. So the thing was, banish her away to darkness. So when you put her in a dark space, it reminds mama that she's not wanted and she's not loved. It's not a place I would really put her in, especially when she can come get you and take you to a permanent darkness. I just wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. What else is there? Oh, don't beg. Ask her one time. She heard you. Mm-hmm. She heard you the first time.
Yeah. And she's not a genie. So no. In our experience, and not just ours, like, do your own homework. People always talk about it. She delivers fast. Like, it will make your, when I am talking, she said overnight, I'm talking same day, especially when it comes to protection, especially when it comes to certain things. You can, I have my rosary, and I have the Holy Death Rosary. We have quite a few pendants. I will hold my rosary and just talk to her like you're talking to your mama, right? Best friend.
Mama. That's how we call it. Mama.
That's what we want her, mama. Because she's here. She's a living spirit in the home. But it's like, you can ask for certain things, ask for protection, ask for peace, ask for calmness, ask for relief, help me relieve this anxiety, ask for clarity. Can you please show me how to handle this situation? And you will, it's like, it's hard for me to explain. It feels like a loving warmness around you. And maybe because I'm clairvoyant and clairaudient, I can hear her talking to me. But I will literally just hold her rosary and say, Mama, can you please da 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 da, and it's instantaneous. And out of all of my years as a practitioner, I've never had that experience with anyone else that I've worked with outside of maybe my grandmother. I can call
Ganesh for me.
Yes, or Ganesh. Now that's different. Now you are you, Ganesh, and you have a whole different type of love affair going on than the rest of us peons. But something else I wanted to mention is be prepared to be visited by her multiple times when you bring her into your house. She's come to me several times in my dreams. I had a dream of her the night before last, I think. I was visited by some spirits that had left the body, but that were still stuck here. And I had to have a conversation with her, and I'm like, Mama, I'm not a medium. That was my mom. Can you please, like, these spirits are coming to me, and they're confused because they're out of their body. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them and make it stop, because I couldn't sleep. I'm waking up, I'm having deceased people talking to me in my sleep. And prepare to not get a full night's sleep. She will wake you up. I feel like when she's first getting, Mika, something that came to me today, she's getting acclimated to her new environment. So I think her waking us up, or at least she will wake me up.
Oh my God.
Was her getting acclimated.
She's slowing down.
She's totally deaf. She knows what time it is. She don't even care.
Listen, you guys, listen, I love her. And listen, Mama will wake you. Listen, now Jasmine's in California, so Jasmine's 2 hours behind me. So it'll be 4 a.m. my time and 2 a.m. her time. I'll text her, Mama woke me up. She's like, me too. It's the most peculiar thing. When I say wake you up, it's literally like you'll be dead asleep. Open your eyes. And it's like, hey, Mama, I love you. Thank you. Good night. And you go back. It's like back to sleep. It's almost, she says, it feels like to me, now you say that, Jasmine, she's checking on me. Hey, baby, you okay? You felt that? It's like, baby, you okay? Mom, I'm okay. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I just got chills when you said it as the words were rolling across my head. It's just like how you would go into the baby's room and check on him in the crib, touch him, make sure he's breathing, and you good, the diaper real quick. That's what I feel like she does.
That's what I thought she does. Yeah, I feel that. Oh my God. Her offerings, we do her offerings, Jasmine, too. Make sure we do her offerings.
Oh, we'll go over her offerings. There's some really good questions. Someone says, does Mama have a husband? We're going to get to that in a second. Her offerings. So,
yay. The favorite part.
You already know Roja is my favorite offering to give her.
So, the libations are, let me take a sip of the libations before I get.
Yeah.
Okay. So her offerings, you guys, her offerings go from really, really, really simple to extremely elaborate, okay? Depending on where you are in your journey, right? And where you are in your finances and what she requires and what you're petitioning her for. But remember, the greater your petition, the grandiose your offering needs to be. So we're going to start with, she has my favorite. I did not know all these years why I love rosemary so much. And now I know. Mama, and I'll touch her, I'm sorry. Mama loves rosemary. And Jasmine actually told me that she loved rosemary. So rosemary is an offering. These are all incense or herbs. Rosemary, copal is an incense, or I don't have mine with me, darn it. Aloe, the plant, or the incense. That was so weird. The plant or the incense, or the incense. Cigarettes, cigars, fresh flowers. Now me, she got on my case. I laughed a little bit on her flowers, but fresh flowers, I mean fresh roses, carnations are flowers, the dead, of course. And then what Jasmine's favorite, her wine.
Her wine, chocolates. She's a woman. Woo us. Us, what do we like? I like wine. I like chocolates. I like nice
diamonds, pearls.
So during Christmas, JCPenney had some like 90% off sale. And it was also, during Christmas?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was
No,
yeah,
no,
it
Black
was.
Friday. No, it was
It
Black
was Black
Friday.
Friday.
Black
It was
Friday.
Black
Yeah.
Friday. It was Black Friday. And I went to go buy my cousin a Christmas gift, and JCPenney had a 90% off sale. And I thought I was cute. I thought, oh, a girl is about to be blinged out with some $20 diamond earrings. Wrong. Mama got them earrings. Both pair.
You gave her both pair?
I gave her both of them because I gave Gold Mama the diamond
Oh, okay.
hoops, and then I had the studs, and then I got purple. I got Gold Mama first, and I got Purple Mama second, and I couldn't
Right.
give Gold Mama diamonds and not give Purple, Violetta.
You could.
So my 2 pair of diamond earrings are on the altar. And something about offerings: when you give offerings, you can't take them back. Those earrings are not mine anymore.
No.
Anything we have to, when we put things down, we'll tell them. I'll give you an example. Let's just say I put my glass of wine down. Mama, this is not for you. In fact, I had a situation, this was a couple weeks ago, where I was in the house. I don't know what the hell I was doing, clumsy me. And I didn't give Mama wine for a few days. I had to give her water, give her cake, give her stuff like that. And I broke some glass on the damn floor, cut my foot. And in the midst of trying to attend to my foot, get the glass up so the cat don't hurt herself, I placed my glass of wine on Mama's altar, and I realized Mama wanted the wine. Can't take it back.
Nope. Sorry.
Can't take it back. She took my wine. So I also find myself craving things that I don't normally crave or wouldn't usually eat. And that's not me, that's Mama.
Yeah. Like today,
So,
I want some Taco Bell. That's not me, that's Mama.
right. Or I want carne asada tacos. I don't even eat red meat like that. That's not me. That's Mama. So let me go get her.
She will tell you that I'm telling you, if you hear her, she will tell you exactly what she wants. I promise you she will. I'll pause for questions. I'm sorry. Those who just tuning in, if you see me do this, I have a laptop to see you guys' questions, okay? So we have a question. Butterflies Guided says, how do you petition Santa Muerte properly? Yeah, you're great at petitioning. Now that you had that one.
Excellent question. Thank you so much. So first and foremost, you want to be clear on your petition. You want to pick the appropriate aspect of her. So when you want to petition her, what situation in your life is going on, and you go to that specific Nina that can help you with that. You first and foremost, you come to her with an offering that she likes. You come to her humbly. Mind you, you're asking her for something. Again, I sound like a broken record. I'm going to reiterate it. If you're petitioning her for something, that means you're inviting her to be a part of your life moving forward. And you just talk to her. That's the thing I like. You just sit and you talk to her like you were talking to your best friend, your sister, your mama, your daddy. Like, Mama, Santa Muerte, Holy Death, I come to you humbly. I have a situation of da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and just tell her what it is. The one thing I like about her, and where a lot of people get tripped up in magic, is they feel like they have to dictate the outcome that they want to happen. And you can do that. She already knows what you need. Tell her what the problem is and let her figure out the solution.
Right.
With the exception of, if there's something you don't want to see happen, you need to make that very clear also, because remember, she is Holy Death. So depending on the nature of the situation, but all you really have to do is just talk to her. Something that I have learned, that I've researched and that I've learned and that I'm experiencing as I'm going through this motion, you really don't have to petition her. She already knows what you need. What you have to do is give her offerings, keep her altar lit, give her fresh water. She will provide for you everything that you need when you need it before you even need it.
Absolutely. I am a witness. I am a witness to that. Beautifully stated. Nothing, no commentary. Beautifully stated. I couldn't have said it better myself. My sister, Natalie. Hey, Natalie. Where can I find that information about concerning putting her in a dark place? We're gonna go over books toward the end, Natalie, about the books that where we found that at. Yes, Ganesh. Hey, Marquis. That's my sis right there. Does Mama have a husband? There's always a divine feminine, divine masculine. I'll put it that way and leave that right there on the corner. Because we always tend to talk about the masculine one all the time and attach the woman power to that, but just know there are divine masculine and divine feminine.
However, can I just throw something in that's
absolutely?
This is just sort of random facts. When it comes to working with Niña Roja, she loves. Listen, this is her. This is not me. Although I get to enjoy the benefits of it. When you petition Niña Roja for certain things, because she does govern love and
she's
romance,
passion.
Her offering is masturbation. So it's like, what? Hey, I was being PG-13. So, you know, ladies, gentlemen, invest in some things to have fun with. And if you're going to work with Niña Roja, enjoy thanking her. And let me tell you, when you give her that offering, again, it's not a barter system. However, when you thank her in that way, she thanks you in many ways as well. And we'll just stop there.
Yes. And a bit, again, beautifully said, and no need for commentary. She says, who is this? Ariel Johnson said, I'm such a newbie. I'm learning so much. Ariel, this journey, you'll forever learn. There's so many levels and so much we don't know and so many books to read. And as long as you're in this, in my experience, right? As I've been working with Ganesh, just sidebar, mama. I've been with Ganesh now for at least almost 5 years. And this beautiful, beautiful deity is tattooed on me. And I'm still learning about Ganesh. And I thought I knew. So you'll forever, and that's the beauty of our path. If you're truly, truly, truly a devotee, you will want to learn more and more and more about your deity of choice. Does Santa Muerte get jealous? Is that Anassa Pickens? The truth, I wouldn't say jealous. In my opinion, I would say don't forget about her. For example, and me and Jasmine both have experienced this together. We laugh about it. Now we chuckle. We know as we get in our journey, we're learning how to handle Mama. Mama will handle you if you don't learn how to handle her. So we have our altar cleaning days, you know, whatever they may be, in our private practice. And I could be dealing with Ganesh, for example, and I can feel Mama looking at me like this.
Yep.
When you get done with him over there, you better come and give me. And I have to say, because remember, they're across from each other. So I say, Mama, it is not your day. It's all about him. And I'll come on. And when I'm done, I come over here anyway and I give her incense. So jealous, no, but she wants to be a part. Because remember, she's a woman. She craves the attention and the love of her devotees. So I wouldn't say jealous. I would just say, don't forget about her. What about you, Jasmine? What do you think about that?
I agree completely. So I have tried what Mika has done. That just doesn't work in my house.
Really?
Mama is facing me. She can see me from Ganesh's altar. For whatever reason, when I go to the grocery store weekly to get Ganesh's offerings, his rice, his whatever, I find myself buying stuff for Mama. It's like, don't you forget about me.
Yes.
When I'm cleaning Ganesh's altar, it's the same thing. It's the oddest thing, and you won't understand until it happens. It's like somebody standing right here. Like, and she's like, I better be next.
I better be right.
Ganesh has residency in my life. I have worked with him for years. Ganesh is the reason why I manifested this house. Ganesh has done a lot for me. I love you too, Mama. But he has seniority. He has residence. So I always give him his offerings first. That's just me. But I see she is like, so Ganesh's day is Thursday. I do Ganesh and Mama the same day. I do. I feel, maybe I'm just a sucker. I feel some type of way. If I take care of Ganesh and then I go look at Mama and it's like, let me refresh your water. Let me refresh your wine.
Really?
Here's some incense. So I just know Thursday is dedicated to Thursday's their day. I literally closed my schedule. I don't do any readings on Thursday anymore because I'm spending 2 hours cleaning their altars and giving them their offerings. And that's just, it is what it is.
So for me, Ganesh is also Thursday for me. I mean, it's wealth day, is my day, it's planet Jupiter day. So if he is that's what he does. I do him Thursday. Now everybody gets an instant, whether it's Monday through whatever it is. I wake up in the morning, I pray, meditate, and give them an instant. But if Thursday is brother man's day, then mama gonna have to just, wait a second, because it's such a blessing because there's 7 of her. So I can pick any day of the week. Like today, I came home from work, everybody, side note. And I was like, oh, she's mad. Her day was yesterday, but I didn't get to her. And so bubbles gone, cinnamon roll all hard, candle flame all low. And I was like, oh, she had a whole attitude. But I came over here, Mama had to work. Mama, talk, Mama, don't do that. I was tired, blah, blah, blah. And now I got, now things are back to normal and flame jumping out. So, but she will let you know, she will tell you she's not happy. And she will not be making you go shoot people and take your family members. You'll it'll get colder in your house. You can't sleep or rest. So she'll tell you for sure when she's over you and give her offerings. So
I mean, I suggest trying to spend a little bit of time with her each day.
Absolutely.
Or what's allowed in your schedule. But the more, the merrier. And even 5 minutes a day. Her rosary prayer is a general prayer. A rosary, if some of you were raised Catholic, a rosary prayer is very long. It can go from 10 minutes to 40 minutes to who knows how long. But taking a few minutes, and you can sit with any aspect of her. You can sit with all of them, but just taking that time out. It's like if you have a spouse or a partner. Don't you talk to them every day? Don't you feed your dog or cat every day? Don't you feed your kids every day? You invite this energy into your house. Why wouldn't you have invited something that is going to change your life?
Yes.
Give you everything that you want. Like, you want a new house, you want a new car, and let's just skip the material stuff. You just want to be a better person. You want to provide for yourself and your family. You have invited an energy that is going to change your life on a level that you're not able to do in this 3-dimensional realm, and you're going to ignore it? Nah, son, you playing.
Oh, nah, son.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you open your eyes, you should be, I wake up and I say, thank you. I woke up this morning. Thank you. Holy death. If you woke up, that means she allowed you to wake up. She didn't take you that night. You better give her some gratitude of some sort.
Absolutely.
An incense, an acknowledgement. Even if you be like, what up? And walk out the door, please say something to her. And she's a feminine energy. Like you said, she's a woman. So treat her like you treat your girlfriend, or treat her like you want your spouse to treat you.
Absolutely. I love it. Woo! Yes.
Let's see.
Any more questions so far? Are we good?
Yeah, I think we went through everything. Are there any questions before we hop off of here? Anybody?
We'll close with the book we're reading.
Yes.
Well, there are no more questions so far. So this book, so funny. It's called Santa Muerte, The History, Rituals, and Magic of Our Lady Holy Death by Tracy Rowland. Amazon it. It has, can y'all see it? I'm sorry. There we go. Amazon it. It has all 7 niñas. For me, it's not a do-all. It's a good way to start. It's a great book to start with. It has the history of her, going from the Aztecs to the Mayans to the one who asked about her husband, and the male divine masculine in this book. It has deities who are mistaken to be her, who are not her in this book. You can identify who's her and who's not her. All her prayers for all 7 niñas are in here, daily prayers and prayers for manifesting what you desire. Rosary prayers in here, everything, offerings in here, because remember, every niña has a particular set of offerings that they like. So that's also in this book. So Natalie, you asked about the being in the dark. That info is in this book. This was my question too. What? Okay. A lady asked about her having a husband in this book, about how she comes to you in this book. It's a really, really great start. I got this book and I was talking to Jasmine about her journey. And I got it. I said, Jasmine, check your Amazon. It'll be there. Because I wanted her to, she was so, the not knowing can be scary, like, for any of us. So having this book, and what's so crazy, you guys, is remember in the beginning, I talked about a tattoo my friend had. I hadn't seen my friend in over a year. This is the exact same tattoo my friend had, down to the key of the heart. And what's crazy is the person is a darker skin tone, melanated for the culture, and the tattoo was supposed to have been red, and it ended up coming out purple. And purple was the first Nina Violetta that I petitioned for work. So it's like she was always coming, even then, right? Anyway, great book to read. My journal, I had this journal, I got it from a witchy store down here in Texas for my birthday in 2019. Wasn't even working with her yet, and that's her. So I didn't know, right? So she's been coming to me for some time. Great literature. There are other books out there about her, but it's easy read. It has so much information. It just has so much. It's highlighted, scrabbled through. I have notes. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. And there was a question asking, how will you know which deity of her to work with, or which one is right for you?
I see it. Thank you, Honesty.
This is my epiphany I had yesterday. She came to me in a white dress, right? I just yesterday was like, wait a minute, how come I didn't get a white one? When I was looking for her, the first one I got was the gold one, and it was because I was so excited when she came to me. I just wanted her. I just wanted something of her. So I ran to my local Botanica. I walked in. She was beautiful. And I grabbed her. Even though the gold one wasn't aligned with what it was I was working on spiritually, she stuck out to me. So I later learned I needed her. A few weeks later, I went down to Tijuana. And the first one that I saw that spotted my eye immediately was Violetta, the purple. And I just saw her. She looked so beautiful. I was like, oh my goddess, I want her. I didn't know Violetta was the deity of the witches. So I say that to say there's two ways of figuring that out. One, you can just assess where you are spiritually, and you can pick one based on what aspect of your life you're working on. If she comes to you, go with whatever color you see her in, or walk into your spiritual shop or do some research and just see what calls out to you. Your intuition will not lead you wrong. Whoever you end up with is going to be right for you at that point in time. And another thing is, she comes with her sisters. They're like a gang. So if you think you're gonna get one statue, wrong, you gonna work with, honey, you gonna see your collection grow. She gonna be like, nope, my sister gotta come, because more things in your life you're gonna see changes. She gonna call them all in, and eventually you're gonna have all of them. I have
7. We have 5. You have 6. So listen, you guys, sidebar. So Jasmine, I was like, I want to have an odd number of, I want to go get 4. I end up with 5. And I want an even number. Now she has 6. She has 6 now.
I have 5 and a mini rainbow mama, which after you've said to me probably 500 times, travel, who's going to be my travel mama.
Good.
So she's all encompassing. If I need to petition a color I don't have, which I don't have verde or azul, green or blue, I will work with her. But yeah, I've ended up with 5, and
impossible.
They're my dream team. That's my dream team. So
yeah, I have 5, and I have 5. I have a charm. We have charms. We have bracelets. I have a necklace that sits in. It's like when I go out at night, it's kind of like a hider. It's the rose, and she sits inside of it. When I go out in public, she's always with me. And of course, I have my regular one, which is on my neck, and the bracelets on my neck. So you guys, you'll learn, and being a devotee of hers, you will actually crave, you will actually desire to give to her. That's how you know when you are truly a lover of her. Like me and Jasmine all the time, are we giving her enough? I don't know. And that's how you know that she appreciates that. She's like, everywhere we go, I go to work, you guys. I only work 30 minutes. I'm like, Jasmine, that's where I am right now. She's like, where? I'm like, the local witchy shop. Like, it's finding something for her. Right. It's honestly true. So just know that when you begin this journey with her, the very thought about her, she just appreciates you, and she shows. There's been not a time, you can speak, Jasmine, not a time where I have bought something for her or Ganesh. It's not your night though, Daddy. I'll get you next time. but I bought for her, and that money has not. I mean, that money has instantly back in my hand, if not double. I've
Yes.
never. I mean, you can tell. How do you feel about that, Jasmine? You feel the same way?
Yes, no, I agree. I agree completely. When we say she's an investment, she's an investment. Now, I'm not rich. You know what I mean? We live
We work.
I live a very humble lifestyle. As a witch, I got all the same bills y'all do. I got rent, car note, insurance, groceries, lights, gas, phone. You know what I mean? I'm humble.
Right.
I will, but I'm not bringing in, $50,000 a month yet. So what I do for her, this is an additional expense outside of my regular weekly bills that need to be paid. But I have been in the Botanica. I have been
Every
at the grocery
day.
store. I will buy something for mama and it will come right back, or I'll get a credit on something. You know what I mean? I called the cable company, I called Spectrum, and I got a credit on my bill. Like, thank you.
Thank you.
I will, things will just line up and they will happen. Mama will make a way for you to take care of her so she can take care of you. It will just happen that way. So let's see. Butterfly's Guide is asking, how can you hear her as in tell you what she wants? So for me, it comes in the either craving for something, if it's food. I'm not skinny too, so that could just be me craving stuff. Or, for example, today I was talking to Meek and I had mentioned amber incense, and I was like, "Oh, amber incense, right?"
Oh,
You can tell them we were on the phone. We can't make this stuff up. So I was in a store today. They had amber incense, and it smelled kind of funky. And I was like, I ain't gonna burn that. And then what happened to you? What we were on the phone.
On the phone together. On the phone with Jasmine, and she's remember now. Me and Jasmine. But side note, we are sisters in the past. We're also daughters of hers. We're sisters with her as well. So she's talking about the incense, and she gets her incense. It smells like whatever. I go to the witchy shop. I always speak to them. They're sweet people. I'm leaving. The door catches my hinge. I go back inside. I said, something pulled me in the door. The owner of the shop says, it's these amber incense. Here you go. Take them with you. I said, Jasmine, Mama got her incense. Just like that.
She wanted, yeah.
She heard you.
Yes, or if something catches your eye, if you feel unusual, like, oh, I should get this, that's her. If you crave something that you don't normally crave, that's her. If you're out and about, you're at the spiritual shop, or you're online, you're on Amazon, and you see something and it's just like, that's her saying.
And remember,
yes,
this is after you become a devotee.
right.
So don't be like, if you're just walking around and you haven't tried to connect with her and you want a state, you're just hungry. However, if you've connected with her, however, if you connected with her and say, I want to welcome you into my life, then you start, I don't ever want this. Like, I don't, like, for example, me, I don't drink pop. Y'all call it soda or whatever. I don't drink pop, carbonated drinks. But I went and bought a Mexican non-alcoholic pop. It's like, who? Mama. It's not me. I don't drink pop. I don't drink Dr. Pepper, Coke. I don't do it at all. So when she wants that, it's her. It's not me.
She'll let you know. And I feel like her offerings are very affordable also. They're not ever too expensive. They're never too lavish. I mean, we give her the most that we can give. I give her the best of what I can give that's within my budget. I mean, I get carnations at Trader Joe's for $4. I get a piece of cake. I give her a bottle of wine that I drink out of also, so it's like a win-win. I give her the best that I am able to afford, and that's all she really asks for. It's just your time, your dedication, your offerings, your consistency, like anything else in life, being consistent, and she will bless you. Yeah, she will
change
bless
your
you.
life.
I mean, I have been working with her for a total of 8 weeks. This is all very
We both have.
And things have just opened up and changed. And I'm incredibly grateful. That's all. I'm just the magnitude of gratitude I have for the things. So That's it, and that's all, folks.
That's it, and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy. And I keep petting her, like, I know it's weird. Like, she's not a dog. When you're near her, you want to touch her. I do Vanessa the same way. I walk by him. I just want to, I love on my mom and daddy. I love on them. And so you guys, please do that. Any more questions, comments? Thank you guys so much for hearing little old me. I know Jazz is a superstar. My sister's a superstar. But thank you so much for bringing me in and just allowing me to share my piece of knowledge with the world.
Well, I appreciate you walking with me on this journey. It has been an interesting set of 2 months. And for those of you that tuned in and came to watch, and those of you that share with us, some of you who are devotees, I encourage you, if you are a devotee, comment down below, please. Any additional questions that you have, whether you're on Facebook or I am going to upload this on YouTube, just go ahead and post them down. I will reply. Meek, how can people follow you on your social media?
So my regular Facebook is just regular. However, if you go to Instagram, I'm Mystic Meek. That's MYSTICMEEK 84. Reach me there. And I also have a YouTube channel coming soon called Mystic Meek Tarot. But oh, thank you, Sissy. Mystic Meek Tarot. So keep your eyes on that. I'm gonna also comment my my handle on the social media as well, because people are they're still excited, having questions. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Mama's changing lives. You guys, oh, thank y'all. I'm just about to cry. I'm so bashful. I'm so shy.
And one last thing that I want to just end with, if you've been wondering, thinking, you've been reading about her, seeing her, questioning about her, if you are wondering, is she supposed to be a part of my life? Is this who I'm supposed to work with? Then feel free to take this video as your confirmation.
Absolutely.
Just saying. All right, my loves. Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. You can book your appointments, consultations, all that good stuff at oneritualaway.com. Please share this with your friends, family. Share it in your Facebook groups. Let's clear up the misconceptions of this beautiful, loving aspect, this beautiful deity who's out here changing lives. And don't be afraid of her. She's nothing to be afraid of. She is coming to you for a reason, and she's going to help you get from where you are to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.